Hello everybody and welcome to this, your Taurus April 2025 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant. Well, I've got a great deck for you this month. Now, I found in another reading, which I did earlier, because I didn't know what the name of the thing was, this deck. It's got a lot of really great esoteric imagery in it, which is why I love it. And I found it in the bottom of a box that I had in the garage for some time. Now, I'm sure one of my children gave it to me. It was found in a flea market, so it's probably my daughter who gave it to me because she's the queen of bargains and finding things in charity stores and flea markets and different places. Now, the thing that came out with it was interesting because it's got the same back as these other cards do, and it's a signed copy of the deck. It's called, I think, Tabula Mundi Tarot by M.M. Meline back in 2016, and it's signed by the developer M.M. Meline, and the edition is called Coloris Arcus II. So that might explain the mystery as to what it is, and given that it's signed, I'm glad I held on to it. It's always good to have the developer sign something for you, isn't it? Now, you will know, of course, that I provide clairvoyant readings to people wherever you may be living in the world over FaceTime and Skype. And they go for about 90 minutes. The details of those are in the description. Now, I charge for those. Have to, I've got expenses, like everybody else. But there's something else which I offer for free. It's the gift of healing. And it takes about 45 minutes. Sometimes it does go a little longer, out to an hour, I suspect. In many cases I've seen. And hundreds of people have taken advantage of it through this channel. The healing comes through me and not from me, as you would understand. And you can put two and two together as to where it comes from. Now, the point is that I have a spiritual duty, and it's been evident to me from birth. Well, once I had some sort of conscious awareness that it was a gift. Well, I didn't know it was a gift when you're a kid. You think everybody can do it, don't you? But for over 4 decades anyway, I've been providing it to people to great effect. And if you're interested to take advantage of it, see, there could be anything going on in your life. It could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be direction as needed. You could be brokenhearted. You may just be at the end of your tether about something. Take advantage of it. I set time aside each day to do healings, and happily so, and the email to contact me with is in the description at the end. Now, there are no video advertisements here. And by the way, don't be shy if that question of healing calls to you, because hundreds of people have taken advantage of it through here, and I'm very happy to do it. So let's get the cards underway. There's no ads in this content, so you get to see it without any video interruption. What do we have? Princess of Discs. Good. Earth energy. That for you. Ace of Swords. 9 of Wands. Fantastic so far, I must say. There's the 4 of Discs. It's also got a lot of earth around it, like you as well. And let's have a look from somewhere in here, shall we? What do we got? I'll show you in a moment. The backs of these cards are fairly ornate. And there is the Hermit. Hello, Hermit. Well, why don't you come and sit down here next to me? You and I can have a good close look at I'll bring the camera around so everybody else can see as well. And you and I can have a good close look at the imagery that's on these cards together while the cosmic energies swirl and speak to us both, and I'll do the reading for you. Well, what a great spread this looks like. Let's have a look at this first. Do you know, a lot of feminine energy around this for some reason. The Ace of Swords. Now, I think that Aquarius, Pisces, and Capricorn might be important to you during this period. This is a time when you will have great intellectual clarity, original thinking, and brilliant powers of thought. Quick fire thoughts and ideas tumbling over themselves into your mind, almost as if there is a divine inspiration at work. Now you'll see that the grip of this sword is comprised of a coiled snake, this big sun image in the background here. There is a moon symbol in a sense, which is, I think, speaking of the unconscious, and it is coming to light by the power of the sun. Now the snake, which is the symbol of transformation, it shows that your unconscious energies are becoming accessible now to your conscious mind. And the energies released in this process, they're now available to be fully used. You know, you've got a present clarity now, which is a great condition for your undertakings. You will be able to recognize facts and call by name things which other people would probably prefer to sweep under the carpet. Now, this does call for some sort of a responsibility on your part. Don't express your insights heartlessly to people. But when you are fully in contact with love, use your sword without sparing yourself or anyone else. This is a period of great insight and clarity, and it signifies that there could even be a eureka moment, and the achievements of your goals becomes a lot easier now. You've really got the mind working well. You get a really good perspective on things going on in your life that were previously probably unclear, I think. So now you will be able to get right to the heart of a matter. You may well find, look at that sword there, that you stand up for the rights of others or yourself to make sure that your personal values and beliefs do not come under attack. I think really you've got a new insight now and inspiration. You have come out of the clouds of confusion and into clarity. It's blue skies here for you, so forge ahead. Now there is also something here, I think, which is for the girls. A feminine thing coming up here. And this message is, this is for the girls who have the tendency to stay up at night listening to music that reminds them of their current situation, who hide their fears, their hurt, their pain and tears under the smiles, laughs and giggles on a daily basis. The girls who wear their heart on their sleeve. The girls who pray that things will work out just once and they'll be satisfied. The girls who scream and cry into their pillows because everybody else just fails to listen. The girls who have so many secrets but won't tell a soul. The girls who have made mistakes and have regrets as a daily thing. The girls that seem never to win. The girls that stay up all night thinking about that one boy and hoping that he'll notice her one day. The girls who take life as it comes. To the girls who are hoping that it will get better somewhere down the road. For the girls who love with all their heart, although it always gets broken. To the girls who think it's over. To real girls, to all girls, understand. You are important, you matter, and you are beautiful. Well, let's have a look at that card that is sitting down underneath it, shall we? And it is Well, quite straightforward, the artwork on it. I think the Hermit, wheat from Virgo, and what's this thing? Yod. Yod, that's, I think, the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and it stands for the Creator. And it is the symbol of the unseen, unknowable point from which everything in manifestation comes about. Now, this is a time, I think, when you are going inside to find your own light, going inward, completing a few things, maybe harvesting something, coming up with taking some profits on something, but resting in your own center. I think it's also a time here where there may be some patience shown by you, and where you are something of a wise guide. You might well be a mentor to somebody. You might be approached by people for advice, for insight, for help with things. And you will come up with great answers, because it is like this in a sense. It's as if you get divine inspiration, because your wisdom will be outstanding. It's also the case, I think, that you might find that you are getting away from a situation in order to get a better insight into it. There's a lot of fertility around here. This Yod also looks like a sperm, doesn't it? It's a great degree of fertility around here. You might be becoming aware of something that you were previously in the dark about, and spending some alone time, perhaps soul-searching, just to recenter yourself, to recalibrate yourself. There is, I think, a need to get in touch with your untapped wisdom. I think that this is also saying for you that rules are meant to be broken. Be bold enough to live life on your terms and never apologize for it. Go against the grain. Refuse to conform. Take that road less traveled instead of the well-beaten path, and laugh in the face of adversity. But do look before you leap, and dance as though everybody is watching. March to the beat of your own drummer and stubbornly refuse to fit in. This is also an energy which says that sometimes it takes a heartbreak to shake you awake and help you see you are worth so much more than what you were settling for. And if that is you, and if that's a woman, remember always that a busy, vibrant, goal-oriented woman is so much more attractive than a woman who waits around for a man to validate her existence. Now, I think this is also saying that, of course, hope for love, pray for love, wish for love, dream for love, but don't put your life on hold waiting for love. And learn to really sit with your aloneness and embrace it for the gift that it is. An opportunity to get to know you, to learn how strong you really are, to depend on no one but you for your happiness. And you'll realize that a little aloneness goes a long way in creating a deeper, more vibrant and colorful you. Now, it must also be said, coming up here, and we all experience this, that realize that if a door closed, it's because what was behind it wasn't meant for you. You see, there are two things you never have to chase: true friends and true love. And like this guy here, sometimes when you feel you have lost your way, you find yourself. It's okay to be scared, because scared means you're about to do something really, really brave. And undeniably, this is saying that you should celebrate the people in your life who are there because they love you, and for no other reason than because you are you. But there's a period, I think, also as a result of this great renewal going on with you, which leads to power and success. This here, incidentally, I must say that this is really screaming out the Taurus motto of, as exemplified by this, I have. This is saying I have, which is Taurus everywhere. And there is Taurus here. Maybe Gemini and Aries could be around as well. Might find pregnancy here, birth, renewal, things like that. Beautiful and strong is what you'll be, pregnant with life, generous and kind and benevolent. This, in a way, is the combination together of three things: father, mother, child. This is representing a really productive time in your life, I think, after what may have seemed to me something of a barren stretch. As I say, I do see pregnancy around here. Could also be the birth of ideas for you. Marriage, motherhood. This is particularly great energy for those who are involved in professional home care. You'll have a great empathy for other people. This is a time when you will be following your will or true purpose in life. And this is about getting in touch with that most important aspect of you, which you saw in here when you went within, and protecting it. Just as she seems to be standing there like the protectress of all. She's standing rather provocatively in the land with Aries, birth, fertility, all around her. Now, this is also saying that, because this card is a great renewal, it's a recycling back into this yod from which everything comes, that it's a new start, in a sense. Do you know, the beloved, you might think that some things are broken, or that you are broken in some respect, but do you know the beloved specializes in new starts? God uses broken things. It takes broken soil to produce a crop, broken clouds to give rain, broken grain to give bread, broken bread to give strength. It is the broken bottle that gives forth perfume. But you know, the other thing I think here is that this is a time of reshaping your life. Now, there are some people around who say that they have never really understood a thing about life. They have never felt its breath, its heartbeat, however much they have seen or done. They look on life like a lump of raw material that needs to be processed by them, to be turned into gold by their touch. But life is never a material, a substance to be molded. If you want to know, life is the principle of renewal. It is constantly renewing and remaking and changing and transforming itself. It is infinitely beyond any of our theories about it. And sometimes renewal, of course, it does come at a price of things we've done or said or had to experience. Now, here is the time of year and a lot of flowers around in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, we say, don't we, that flowers return every spring. But that's actually not true. It is true that the world is renewed. It is also true that renewal comes at a price. For even if the flower grows from an ancient vine, the flowers of spring are themselves new to the world, untried and untested. The flower that wilted last year is gone. Petals once fallen are fallen forever Flowers do not return in the spring. Rather, they are replaced. It is in this difference between returned and replaced that the price of renewal is paid. And as it is for spring flowers, so it is for us. Oh, excuse me about that. Now, there is definitely something new entering into your life now, so prepare yourself. What do you need to do in order to be ready for something new to come into your life? Say this to yourself, because it is definitely true that I am now ready for the new beauty in my life. Now we might have a look to see what is here. Strength and power. Well, let's have a look. Now, this is a very interesting thing, isn't it? Let's have a look here. Here is the moon, and here is the Sagittarius symbol. So the moon in Sagittarius, and this would be the second decan of Sagittarius, where this is placed among these other cards. This scroll is burning away here. I think this is just say, just burn the rule book and get on with it. Now here is, this bow is like the moon, and there are 9 arrows to go with the 9 there, flaming on the top. And what's interesting here is the moon in front of the sun, bringing about an eclipse of the sun, which goes to show that the feminine moon really can be as powerful as that masculine sun. Now the moon is often very much associated with the unconscious, and when the unconscious becomes visible, you can be faced with a lot of things you've covered up in order to avoid looking at them. And this can produce some funny feelings, fear of feeling painful wounds that you've covered up and hoped to forget. There may also simply be a fear of your yet unproven strength, which is reaching into all the areas of your life and reorganizing them. And I think this is more likely what's going on. This budding self-realization allows no return to the familiar situation of, well, with respect, of weakness or uncertainty here. Recognizing that these hidden powers within you are being awoken and can be applied towards a purpose now is tremendous for you. It's digging deep. It's recognizing these unused potentials. And they set free more energies, like these arrows here. The force of this newfound strength banishes away darkness and allows you to overcome. So you'll be reaching into the depths of yourself to discover new strength and power that you never thought that you had. Look, you might encounter obstacles along the way, but let me tell you, brick walls that are there, they're not meant to keep you out, any brick walls. Brick walls are to determine how strongly, how badly you want something. Now, the people who are stopped by brick walls, they're the people who don't want something badly enough. Brick walls are for other people. They're not for you. Now, I think that you're in a process of discovering your real strength, so trust your inner guide. You may want to take part in some groups that can discuss things of interest to you. Pay attention to your dreams at this time. They come from your subconscious, but say this to yourself. I know what it takes to get by. Even in times of difficulty and stress, inner strength will rise up and guide me towards my goal. In the process, I'm going to learn more about myself and my abilities and gain an all-round perspective which brings security and self-confidence. And I know more and more clearly who I am. And this recognition leads to the full development of my potential strength. Now, I have a real sense that the good things in life are at your disposal at the moment, that you are going to be just drenched in good food, good wine, good quality, good surroundings, and just feeling great. This is the Sun in the third decan of Capricorn. Well, Capricorn's a sort of a feet on the ground, eye on the prize sort of sign, wouldn't you say? And the Sun here is energizing the Capricorn Earth, Capricorn, your sister sign. And with the Sun energizing that Capricorn Earth, then material benefits and power are the result. Now, the Sun in astrology is the symbol of your dynamism or power, and Capricorn is the application of that power in a useful way. This is a very materialistic sort of card here. There's strong foundations, stability. You may be taking something of a tight rein on the budget, possibly being financially cautious, saving for the future, and protecting yourself. Now, you may be being tested not to give too much of your personal power away to somebody else in an attitude of subjugation where they become like, start to boss you around or something. So be careful and work out as to when and who you say no and close that door. Now, I think life is going to be quite stable and secure. But is there a possibility of it sometimes feeling barren and discontented? The reason why I'm getting that is because of the colour of that building. It's not particularly great when I'm looking at it. Is there some spirituality that is missing from your life? That will fix it up. But I will say this, that great building there is a great sanctuary for you where you can find your inner voice, or it can contain things which are material and which you can show off to other people. Financial security and stability is important to you now, but I think you've got solid foundations for that. Now, you are willing to work for what you want, and you'll have confidence in applying yourself to the world. People are going to see you as someone who's dependable and as someone who acts with integrity. But is your life sometimes too rigid? You need to flex it out a bit. Or do you need to solidify it up a bit if it's run out of form or if the building starts to fall over, in other words? Study the different aspects of power. The best book on that, it was written hundreds of years ago and it's free on the web and it's short. It's by a guy called Machiavelli. You probably heard him. The Prince. Still the best book on power, I think. But say to yourself, I offer my power in the service of love. What a fantastic set of cards for you. Made so much better for you being here. I told you those cards were good, did I not? Aren't they fascinating, the imagery that's on them? I hope you enjoyed that reading as much as I enjoyed providing it to you, because I was delighted by it, I've got to say. Now, unless I see you privately, either for a clairvoyant reading or for a healing, then I'll see you here again next month. Until then, though, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. And until then, it's bye for now.